my name is Yang, and today I'm going to teach you how to build your own fashion croquis. A fashion croquis is a figure that is in proportion to the standard body. Fashion, well, it's more of a fashion body, fashion figure body. And from the croquis, you can layer a piece of paper and design your sketches over it, so that you don't have to keep redrawing the figure over and over again, and so you actually have time to pay attention to the actual details and have time to sketch out the design in exactly the way that you imagine it. So you're not spending time trying to figure out how to draw a great figure. It's already there, right behind you, right under you, so that when you put the paper on top, you can sketch right over it. So I just want to quickly say the difference between a croquis. A croquis is spelled C-R-O-Q-U-I-S, and it's actually a French word. And so that's what that is. And I also want to just sort of call out the difference between a fashion design drawing and an fashion illustration. So oftentimes a fashion illustration looks kind of loose and exaggerated, and it kind of has like that bang wow factor. It looks like it's kind of walking out of the page. So that's not really a design sketch. So it is a design sketch, but it's more illustrative. It's more of an art form. A fashion design sketch is a little bit more detailed. It's a little bit more controlled. It has more of these small details like buttons and pockets, because somebody has to interpret it and make a pattern out of it. So anyway, so we're going to get started with just a regular croquis, and then tomorrow, second class, I'm going to show you how to make a croquis that has a little bit more of an attitude, that has a pose. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to take out our 8.5 by 11 paper, a ruler, our number 2 pencils, and just plain pink erasers, and I love these Croquis thick pencils for details. So the first thing we do is we're going to put the paper down. We're going to put a line down the middle of the paper. So the middle of the paper at 8.5, so that's 1/4. And you draw a line. And I'm going to give it a little space at the top. Just going to give it a little space at the top. Just a little edge so I don't go all the way to the top of the paper. And then I'm going to draw 1-inch lines horizontally going all the way down. So I'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will then draw lines across the paper very lightly. Okay, so this is a typical fashion. Proportion. So, proportion meaning that like a standard size, it's a standard
measurements and proportions of like the head to the shoulder to the waist to the pants. And usually it's a little bit elongated. However, I also believe in changing it, adapting it to what you feel is best for your drawings and your girls. So I'm going to start with just your basic like fashion girl. So like an egg at the top. So each line represents heads. So we go by heads in terms of like how tall a model is. So then we do the neck, and then usually the slant our shoulders. Now I want you to draw very, very lightly, okay? Now if you want, you'd be like, oh, how far should the shoulder go? Just think, oh, it's another egg on each side, okay? And then this would be your waist. You bring it in the waist, under the arm. This will be your hip. Okay. And then bring down, straight down to your knees. Ooh, sorry about that. And then you kind of come out and in the calves. Okay. And then you and the shape of the foot that's sticking angular out. Now the inside of her leg, this is the crotch, and then you just bring it out. So this is the figure that I want to use. You can go ahead and change this and do the figure that you want. Some people really want like a much bigger waist, okay, or like a much bigger chest. I want to emphasize the chest. Some people want the shoulders to be smaller. Some people actually want their legs to be shorter. So all you have to do is take out this line and then do the same thing and just push everything up. And so she's a little bit shorter. Some people want to, let's see what else, make a thicker waist. So there's all these different there's like no one like correct body, I think, anymore. Everybody's, there's a type for everyone, and you get to pick the body that you want because that is the girl that you're going to use. So after I do this, I usually have a lot of little lines. I'm going to go ahead and erase out what I am not going to do, and then I'm going to just make it very, very dark. Actually, I think I might even grab a black marker. So if you have a black Sharpie handy, or if you didn't have any scratchy ones like I did, as I did the demo, and just go ahead and just go around. Head usually has a hairline, and of course you can make your own hair, ears. I'm not going to get to the details of the face, and in fact a lot of designers when they're working they don't even have time to make faces, so they use this, okay? Because they have to draw, they have to come up with a lot of designs, so what they need is something to just get their ideas down. So I don't know if you can see, maybe can you zoom in a little bit? You can sort of see that figure behind it as you use the mark, the Sharpie marker. If you can't, you can always take it to a window and take it to the window so you can see it. Okay. So from this, so here I am. Let's say I'm working for a designer, a design company, and I'm asked to do 50 designs. So I have this, this Croquis that is already in proportion to the woman that I'm selling my clothes to. And I can quickly just draw out, let's say, a simple design. Skinny, so see how I'm coming out of the legs. But if it's from drawing right to the side of the legs, that means it's like leggings. So, and I want my sleeves to be puffy, and then I want to wear sandals. So this is just all just quick drawings, right? I mean, quick and light lines, because until you're ready to commit, you want to be able to erase it. Now what I do want is one drawstring, I think. That'd be nice, right? And I want some elastic stitching so you can wear it up and down your waist. Okay, elastic stitching here. So I have like an idea. So you can go in, after you do that, you can go in and draw in. Now beginners are going to be, it's going to look a little bit flat unless you are already trained in shading and how to draw details, but that's okay. You can still get your idea across. Okay, so we know there's a fly. It's a fly. Fly has a button. One has a waistband. And then my technique of drawings, I like these a little bit loose because fabric is loose. Some people like really straight lines. So it's really up to you, and that's the emphasis I want to make here regarding Croquis, is that a lot of people think it has to be like exactly that fashion girl of that tall, skinny, long-legged, which is actually how I'm trained, so I'm kind of stuck to it. But I do encourage, exploring different body shapes as your croquis, and just exploring different body shape, different hairstyles, and just do it the way you want to do it. So, like I said, unfortunately, I was trained in the 9 heads girl, but you could certainly change it a little bit, make it into 8 heads, and change the proportion, make the hips bigger, etc., etc. So at this point, you can color it in. Here's a bunch of markers that I have. I mostly use the Croquis markers, which is it's like what professionals use. But you don't have to use the Croquis. They're a little bit on the more expensive side. I actually even noticed that Crayola has like a set of like 96 colors. I thought that was like, wow, that's great. So you can even use that because, if you're a beginner, it's all about, trying things out, and you're not really committing to anything, so you don't want to spend too much money. Just for the sake of time, I kind of just some loose details. I'm not sure to be greenish because it's springtime. The first layer in. Let it dry. What color should be the pants? Gray? Yeah, gray. But really any kind of marker you want to get is fine. We all kind of work differently, and the more you draw with it, the more you know how to use it. So like I see this particular marker is not as evenly distributed as the Copic, but in a way it's kind of nice because it gives it some shadowing. Okay, so now that everything is drying, what I like to do is go back and just give it some shadow. So usually, we have shadowing in the chest, we have shadowing in the crinkles. And then you make all different kinds of stuff. A lot of times I like to grab a fashion magazine and just have it open, and it'll help me make, how to make like a detail. If I wanted this kind of hair, I can just copy it. Okay, so now I want to end with a quick fashion drawing like an illustrator does, without a Croquis, because if you keep doing this and you keep practicing this, you might get to the point where you don't even need a Croquis, because you're doing it over and over and over again. The proportions start to just become second habit. So being that I'm very old, I can do it very quickly without the Croquis. And then for tomorrow, before I start doing this quick illustration for you. We're going to take the girl, the Croquis, and then we're going to give her a pose. We're going to give her a pose so she's not up and down. So we're going to give her a pose so she's a little bit more attitude. Yes, she gets a little attitude. So that's going to be really fun too. So that's the second half of that. Now I'm going to put everything away, and then you know what? I'm just going to grab. Let's say I'm going to illustrate this. So I'm going to do it freestyle. I'm going to do it like my own style. So I go very quickly and very loosely. That's kind of how I work, very loosely. So how I work is I work in shapes in the beginning. Right? Just block out the shape. And then I go back to it. Let it dry. That dry, and then let's get to the jeans. Jeans are really good to use with pencils. They have this striation. It's not all one color, so just to quickly mock that look, I go in. See? Okay. So that's a trick to jeans. You have to give it that. Most jeans have these lines. Some of them go up and down. Some of them go diagonally. Very end. Take the dark. And I'm not afraid to come out of lines. Make it a little looser. Because this is an illustration. This is not, some kind of, make it like this. This is like, let's take something that's already, designed, and then let's do an illustration that's cool to try and sell it or put it in a magazine. So I just really want to differentiate the difference between the two. So, of course, how does that work?